Listen closely to the wind today, my brave, fiery soul, because the silence is about to break, and the air around you is charged with a static electricity that you have not felt in a very long time. Prepare yourself, because tomorrow is not just any ordinary day on your calendar, and the 30th of November marks a turning point that your spirit has been craving, even if your mind could not quite name it. At exactly 12:30 at night, something is going to shift in the cosmos that will open doors you did not even know were closed and locked against you. For weeks you have felt the weight of the water, the heavy emotional tides of Scorpio pulling at your natural fire, trying to dampen your spark or confuse your direction. But now the moment has arrived where the confusion dissolves. And right now, before we go any deeper into this mystery, I want you to pause and signal to the universe that you are listening. So go into the comments and write this affirmation clearly. I am ready to lay down my heavy armor and receive the truth that liberates me. You have been carrying a weight that was never yours to keep, and Mercury, the planet of the mind and communication, which has been moving backward through the shadows of Scorpio, is finally stationing direct. When this happens, 3 specific transformative messages are going to arrive with absolute clarity, and they are aimed directly at your heart. But here is what most people do not understand, and what you must grasp to navigate these next 48 hours. It is not just Mercury that is turning around. Saturn, the great teacher, has just turned direct 2 days ago, and Venus is about to collide with the unpredictable energy of Uranus in just a few hours. The universe has been preparing specifically for this exact moment, and tomorrow, on the 1st of December, the fog finally lifts. If you have been having intense conversations with yourself lately, replaying situations that feel incomplete, or sensing that you are fighting a battle that has no end, keep listening, because there is a very specific reason why this is happening to you right now. You must understand that these last 3 weeks were not random chaos. They were a necessary preparation for your soul. Every misunderstanding, every delay, every moment where you felt your forward momentum was blocked, was leading you toward tomorrow. Because when Mercury goes direct in Scorpio, it does not just clear the confusion, it reveals the truth that was hiding in the dark. The lost key has been found, and it is about to open everything. During these past weeks you were searching, perhaps without even realizing it, but there was that nagging sensation that something crucial was missing, a piece of information or a conversation that needed to happen, or a truth that danced just out of your reach. Did it drive you nearly mad, that feeling of knowing something important is there, but not being able to grasp it? Well, tomorrow at 12:30 at night, the cosmic detective returns from the Acham underworld with the evidence you have been waiting for. Mercury in Scorpio does not deal with superficial revelations. It is the planet of communication, diving into the deepest waters of the zodiac, and it has been on a mission specifically for you to discover what was hidden beneath your own surface. Think about it. Since the 18th of November, when Mercury slipped back into the mysterious realm of Scorpio, you were forced to become a detective in your own life. Old conversations suddenly took on new meaning, hidden intentions became visible, and secrets, both yours and those of others, started to bubble up to the surface. Some of you have been dreaming of people from the past, having conversations in the dream world that never happened in reality, but felt more real than your actual memories. This is not a coincidence. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is like having a cosmic searchlight scanning the basement of your psyche, illuminating corners you forgot existed, and relationships you thought you understood, revealed new layers. You discovered that there was always more to the story. But here is where it gets truly interesting for you, my warrior Aries. The Sabian symbol for when Mercury goes direct at 21 degrees of Scorpio is a soldier derelict in duty. Now, before your pride reacts and you think this sounds negative, understand what it really means for a spirit like yours. It is not about failure, it is about liberation. It represents the moment you realize you have been fighting the wrong battle. The soldier stops following orders that no longer serve a higher purpose, choosing conscience over convention and truth over tradition. Tomorrow you receive permission to stop fighting battles that were never yours to begin with. That obligation you have been carrying, that relationship dynamic you have been maintaining out of sheer stubbornness or commitment, that role you have been playing because it was what was expected of you. It all comes into question now. Mercury is handing you the lost key, the understanding that you have the sovereign right to walk away from anything that violates your integrity. The truth that has been trying to surface for weeks finally emerges, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Once you know it, you cannot unknow it. The missing piece clicks into place, and suddenly the whole picture becomes clear. Your nervous system already knows what is coming. Have you noticed how strange everything has felt lately? It is not just confusion. It is as if your entire system is recalibrating, preparing for something it can sense, but cannot quite name. Your body always knows before your mind catches up. Some of you have been experiencing strange physical sensations, pressure in the throat, as if words were stuck there waiting to be spoken, or a heaviness in the chest that is not exactly sadness, but feels like emotional weight, or perhaps that strange restlessness that is so common for your sign, where it feels like your skin is too tight and you need to move, but you do not know where to go. This is your nervous system responding to the station of Mercury. As the planet slows down to change direction, time itself seems to bend. Minutes feel like hours, days blur together, and you might find yourself losing track of what day it is, or suddenly remembering it is Thursday when you were convinced it was Tuesday. And those intense conversations in your head that I mentioned before are not accidental. When Mercury stations in Scorpio, your internal dialogue becomes a rehearsal space. You are practicing conversations you are about to have, processing revelations you are about to receive. Your subconscious is preparing you for the truth that is about to arrive. The shadow period does not end when Mercury goes direct tomorrow. It continues until the 16th of December. But this is what changes. The information stops being scrambled, and the static clears. The message that has been trying to reach you finally arrives intact. What you have been feeling beneath the surface finally has permission to become conscious, to be spoken, and to be acted upon. The karmic dam has broken. But while everyone focuses on Mercury, they are missing the bigger picture involving Saturn. Saturn, the cosmic teacher, the Lord of Karma, the planet that holds us accountable, went direct at 25 degrees and 9 minutes of Pisces just 2 days ago. Do you understand what this means for you? Since July, Saturn has been retrograde in Pisces, the sign of dreams, intuition, and spiritual truth. For 5 months, you have been in a period of cosmic review, where your efforts to build something meaningful kept hitting invisible walls. It was like trying to build a castle on water. Everything kept dissolving, shifting, refusing to take solid form. But that was not failure, my fiery friend. It was preparation. Saturn in Pisces has been testing the structural integrity of your dreams. Can they hold weight? Are they built on truth or illusion? Do they serve your highest purpose or the agenda of your ego? The direct station of Saturn changed everything. The Sabian symbol for Saturn's station is profound, a new moon that divides its influences. This is about choosing your timeline. You are standing at a crossroads where the old reality and the new possibility can no longer coexist. Saturn demands that you choose the known past or the uncertain but promising future. And this is what makes tomorrow and the day after so powerful. Mercury and Saturn are working together. Both are in water signs forming a harmonious trine. Mercury in Scorpio reveals the emotional truth, while Saturn in Pisces provides the spiritual container to hold it. The message you receive tomorrow is not just information, it is a blueprint for manifestation. The waiting room is officially closed. That liminal space where you were stuck, where nothing moves forward and nothing gets resolved, is dissolving. The karmic dam that has been holding back your progress breaks tomorrow. But remember, Saturn does not give free gifts. Manifestation comes with responsibility. The dream comes with the requirement to build it right this time. For 5 months, you have been learning what does not work. You were shown where your foundations were weak, where your boundaries were unclear, where your dreams were based on fantasies rather than achievable visions. Now with Saturn direct, you have a cosmic green light to build something real. But there is a shocking release that no one sees coming. Tomorrow is not just about Mercury and Saturn. There is a wild card in play that could change everything in an instant. At 10 o'clock at night, Venus in Scorpio opposes Uranus in Taurus at the 29th degree, the most urgent and intense degree of the zodiac. This is not a gentle change. This is a lightning bolt striking your value system. Venus rules what you love, what you value, and what attracts you. Uranus is the great awakener, the cosmic rebel, the force that frees you from anything that has become a prison. When they oppose each other at the final degree of their signs, something has to give. Some of you are about to experience a sudden and surprising revelation about a relationship. The person you thought you could not live without you might suddenly see them clearly for the first time. The situation you clung to for security could reveal itself as what keeps you trapped. But here is the secret. This is not destruction. This is liberation. The 29th degree is called the analytical degree because it represents the urgent need to complete something before moving forward. Venus and Uranus are showing you what must be released right now for your evolution to continue. The shock could come through your finances, a sudden expense, or an unexpected opportunity that forces you to reconsider your relationship with money. It could come through your relationships, someone acting completely out of character, breaking a pattern you thought was fixed. Or it could come from within, a sudden and undeniable knowing that you can no longer pretend to want what you thought you wanted. This aspect is the universe saying the cage door is open. What are you waiting for? The things you clung to out of fear, habit, or misguided loyalty are about to become unbearable. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because you have outgrown those things, and tomorrow is the day you finally feel it. Let us talk about what has been happening in your dreams, because they have been far from normal. They have been vivid, almost cinematic. Some of you have been having conversations with people you have not thought of in years. Others have been experiencing recurring symbols, water keys, doors, underground passages. This is Mercury and Scorpio working through your subconscious, preparing you for the revelations of tomorrow. Scorpio rules the 8th house, the house of transformation, shared resources, psychological depths, and yes, death and rebirth. When Mercury retrogrades through this terrain, it does not just review it, excavates. Your dreams have been showing you what your conscious mind was not ready to see. They have been processing truths too intense for daylight contemplation. Every strange dream, every midnight, awakening every moment you woke up with a sudden understanding was Mercury doing its underground work. Tomorrow, when Mercury goes direct, these insights from the dreams become conscious knowledge. The symbols start to make sense. The conversations you have been having with dream figures become real conversations you need to have in waking life. The doors you have been seeing in your dreams, tomorrow you get the keys. Pay special attention to your dreams tonight, the night before Mercury goes direct. It is like the moment before dawn. The darkness is deepest, but the light is already gathering on the horizon. What surfaces through your dreams tonight could be the final piece of preparation for the awakening of tomorrow. There is a Grand Water Trine that almost no one is talking about, and it is crucial for you. We are in the middle of a Grand Water Trine. Venus in Scorpio is forming a perfect triangle with Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces. Do you understand how rare and powerful this is, especially for a fire sign like you, who often tries to burn through emotions rather than feel them? Water is the element of emotion, intuition, psychic connection, and soul memory. When three planets form a grand trine in water signs, they create a perfect channel for emotional truth to flow. But this is not just any grand trine. It involves Venus representing values and relationships, Jupiter representing expansion and wisdom, and Saturn representing structure and permanence. The messages that are going to arrive tomorrow are not intellectual concepts. They are soul truths soaked in feelings, loaded with meaning, connected to your deepest needs and desires. It is not about what you think it is, about what you know in your bones, in your blood, in the ancient part of you that remembers why you are here. The Grand Water Trine acts as an amplifier for when Mercury goes direct. It means that the truth surfacing tomorrow is not fleeting, it is permanent. It is not just information, it is transformation. The trine between Venus and Saturn specifically suggests that what is revealed about your relationships and values is meant to last. This is not a temporary insight that fades with the next full moon. This is foundational. The involvement of Jupiter brings a hidden blessing within the revelation, even if the truth is hard. Even if it requires you to make difficult choices, there is expansion waiting on the other side. Jupiter in Cancer protects what matters most: your emotional security, your sense of home, your soul, family. The message is trust the process, because it is leading you toward greater emotional abundance. Your timeline is splitting, so choose wisely. Something profound is happening with time itself. Have you noticed how the past and the future seem to be colliding? Ancient patterns are surfacing just as new opportunities appear. People from your history are popping up just when you are trying to move forward. This is not confusion, it is a timeline split. When Mercury and Saturn go direct within days of each other, while Venus opposes Uranus at the critical 29th degree, reality itself becomes malleable. You are standing at a quantum crossroads where multiple possibilities exist simultaneously. The version of you that stays trapped in old patterns and the version that breaks free, both are real right now. Tomorrow you choose which one becomes your reality. That is why everything has felt so intense lately. You are not just making decisions, you are selecting timelines. Every choice to speak your truth or stay silent, every decision to stay or go, every moment you choose fear or courage. These are not just options, they are timeline selections. The three messages that are going to arrive tomorrow are not just information, they are activation codes for the timeline destined for you. But here is the crucial part. You have to be ready to receive them. You have to be willing to act on them, because seeing the door is not enough. You have to walk through it. Some of you have already been feeling this timeline split. Maybe you had moments where your life felt unreal, as if you were watching it from the outside. Or perhaps you experienced déjà vu more often, that strange sensation that you have lived this moment before. That is your consciousness recognizing the timeline convergence, sensing the multiple possibilities overlapping. Now listen to me about the truth regarding who has been blocking you. Are you ready for the plot twist? The person who's been blocking your progress, sabotaging your success, keeping you trapped in loops of confusion, was you, but not in the way you think. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio has been showing you how you have been lying to yourself. Not maliciously, not intentionally, but lying nonetheless. The stories you told yourself about why things did not work out, the excuses you made for people who did not deserve them, the ways you diminished your own power to avoid taking responsibility for your life. Tomorrow, Mercury direct hands you a mirror made of pure truth, and what you see might surprise you. The victim story you have been telling dissolves. The limitation you thought was external was internal all along. The person you have been waiting for to give you permission, do you realize that person was always meant to be you? This is not about guilt or shame. It is about power. Because once you see how you have been blocking yourself, you also see how to unblock yourself. Once you recognize that the cage has been open all the time, you can finally walk free. The soldier derelict in his duty from the Sabian symbol that is you, finally refusing to fight against yourself. The war ends tomorrow not because you win or lose, but because you finally realize you were both armies all along. There are signs that you are ready for the activation of tomorrow. Not everyone is ready for what is coming. But if you are still listening to this, if you have felt the truth of these words resonating in your body, you are likely one of the activated ones. Here are the signs that you are ready. You have been seeing repeated numbers, especially combinations that feel personal to you, not just 1111, but specific patterns that seem to follow you. These are markers of synchronicity, confirming that you are aligned with cosmic timing. Your sleep has been interrupted, but with purpose. It is not just that you have insomnia, you are waking up at specific times, often between 3 and 4 in the morning when the veil is thinnest. These waking moments have been preparing your system to receive the downloads of tomorrow. Old relationships have been surfacing through dreams, chance encounters, or unexpected messages. The universe has been showing you the threads that need to be tied or rewoven before you can move forward. You have been feeling emotionally exposed, but strangely empowered, as if you were more vulnerable than ever, but also more authentic. This emotional transparency is preparing you to receive and speak the truth without filters. The physical sensations have been intense pressure in your third eye, tingles along your spine, heart palpitations that are not medical but energetic. Your body is literally rewiring itself to handle the frequency of tomorrow. What happens after tomorrow changes everything. The moment Mercury goes direct is not the end, it is the beginning. From the 29th of November through the 16th of December, Mercury remains in its post-shadow phase, traversing the degrees it covered during the retrograde. This is integration time. The truth revealed tomorrow needs to be applied, built, lived. The 4th of December brings a full moon in Gemini, the home sign of Mercury. This lunation is going to broadcast any private revelation you receive tomorrow. The secret goes public. The internal shift becomes external change. The message you receive tomorrow reaches its full manifestation on this full moon. But here is what most people do not understand about when Mercury goes direct. The first 48 hours are crucial. The decisions you make, the conversations you have, the actions you take immediately after Mercury goes direct set the trajectory for the next Mercury cycle. Tomorrow and the day after are not just important, they are foundational. Some of you are going to receive your message as a sudden knowing, an instant download that changes everything in a heartbeat. Others will experience it as a series of revelations over the next few days, each one building on the previous until the full picture emerges. Either way, by the time we reach December, you will not be the same person you are today. The version of you that has been waiting in the wings, the one who knows the truth and is not afraid to live it, that is who emerges after tomorrow. So let us speak of the 3 transformative messages revealed specifically for you. Based on the cosmic configuration, here they are. Message 1. The battle is over. You can stop fighting now. Mercury direct in Scorpio reveals that the war you have been waging against yourself, against others, against circumstances, is obsolete. The enemy you thought you were fighting does not exist. The battle was a distraction from your true mission. Tomorrow you receive permission to put down your weapons and walk away from conflicts that were never yours to fight. Message 2. The foundation is ready, build now. Saturn direct in Pisces confirms that your dream is not just a fantasy. It is a blueprint waiting to be manifested. The delays are over. The tests have been passed. The structure you have been visualizing can finally take shape, but you have to choose it completely, leaving behind the old timeline to inhabit the new one fully. Message 3. The cage is open. Freedom is yours. Venus opposite Uranus delivers a shocking but liberating truth. What you thought you needed for security has become your prison. Tomorrow brings the courage to break free from false obligations, obsolete relationships, and limiting beliefs about your worth. The liberation may feel like loss at first, but it is actually the beginning of authentic abundance. Prepare yourself for the portal of tomorrow. Tonight before you sleep, set a clear intention to receive the messages of tomorrow. You do not need elaborate rituals. Simple clarity is enough. Write down what you are ready to know, what you are ready to release, what you are ready to start. Pay attention to your dreams tonight. Keep a notebook by your bed. The final transmissions often arrive in the hours before Mercury goes direct. Tomorrow morning, give yourself extra time. Do not rush into the day. The station happens at 12:30 at night, but you will feel the energy building from the moment you wake up. Stay grounded but open-centered but receptive. Most importantly, trust what arrives. The message might not be what you expect. It might challenge everything you thought you knew. It might require a courage you are not sure you have, but remember, this message is coming because you are ready for it. The universe does not give us more than we can handle. It gives us exactly what we need to evolve. The fog that has been clouding your vision for weeks is about to lift. The truth that has been hidden in the shadows is about to step into the light. The path that has been unclear is about to become obvious. Tomorrow, Mercury goes direct, and with it comes the clarity you have been seeking. The lost key has been found. The waiting room is closed. The cage door opens. 3 transformative messages are arriving, and you are ready to receive them. This is not just another day. This is the day when everything changes. But listen to me, because there is more to this story, especially regarding how this impacts your ruling planet Mars, which is preparing for its own retrograde soon in the sign of Leo and later Cancer. This connects deeply to what is happening now. You see, while Mercury is the messenger, Mars is your engine. And right now, Mars is in Leo, a fellow fire sign, which gives you a boost of confidence and charisma, but it is also creating a friction with the energies of Scorpio and Taurus. You might feel a tension between your desire to shine, to be seen, to be bold, represented by Mars in Leo, and the deep, intense private work that Mercury in Scorpio is demanding. It is the tension between the actor on stage and the psychologist in the therapy room. You want to act, you want to move, you want to explode into action, but the cosmos is asking you to feel, to investigate, to understand. Do not let this frustrate you. Use the fire of Leo to have the courage to face the darkness of Scorpio. It takes a brave heart to look into the mirror of truth, and you have the bravest heart of the zodiac. As you navigate these 48 hours, be mindful of your words. Mercury shifting direction can cause a slip of the tongue. You might say the truth before you meant to, or someone might say it to you with a bluntness that stings. Do not react with your usual defensive flair. Pause. Breathe. Remember the soldier who puts down his weapon. Listen to what is actually being said, not just the tone in which it is delivered. There is gold in the hard conversations. There is medicine in the bitter herbs. And regarding your finances, with Venus opposing Uranus, be very careful with impulse spending. You might feel a sudden urge to buy something to relieve the tension or to break free from a feeling of restriction. Ask yourself, is this a true need, or is it a rebellion? Is this purchase an investment in my new timeline, or a distraction from the work I need to do? The energy of Uranus is erratic. It is electric. It can bring a sudden windfall just as easily as a sudden expense. The key is to remain flexible but not reckless. Adaptability is your superpower now, not force. Think of water flowing around a rock. Be the water, not the rock. This Grand Water Trine is teaching you fluidity. You are used to being the battering ram, the spark, the explosion. But now you are being asked to be the river, the ocean, the tide. It is a different kind of power, but it is no less effective. In fact, it is more enduring. Fire burns out, but water persists. Water carves canyons through stone over time. Allow yourself to be persistent in your emotional truth. Do not rush to fix everything in one day. The clarity comes tomorrow, but the integration takes time. Be gentle with yourself as you process these 3 messages. You do not have to have all the answers immediately. You just have to be willing to hear the questions. And as you stand on this precipice of change, look back one last time at the version of you that is fading away. Thank them. Thank the warrior who fought so hard to get you here. Thank the protector who built the walls that are now crumbling. They did their job. They kept you safe until you were strong enough to be free. Now you are strong enough. You do not need the armor anymore. You can walk into this new chapter with your heart open and your hands free. The universe is not against you. It is conspiring for your liberation. Every delay was a protection. Every closed door was a redirection. Every ending was a clearing of space for a new beginning. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the wisdom of the stars. Trust the fire in your soul and the water in your heart. They are learning to dance together finally. And in that dance you will find the wholeness you have been searching for. The key is in your hand. The door is in front of you. The time is now.